Straight PA. Okay, so we just talked about that. With the straight PA, again, you want your OML perpendicular, but this time it's going to be exiting at the glabella versus the nasion, correct? Okay. And then when you see your image, those orbits are going to be filled with the Petrus ridges. Okay? Go ahead and face that forward again, ma'am. Tuck your chin down just a little bit. OML perpendicular, exiting at the glabella. I'm going to raise this up just a little bit, bring your head back just a hair. There we go. You want to make sure that you have your marker. The vertex. Make sure she's not tilted. Looks pretty good. Bring that shield back. And what kind of breathing instructions? Suspend respiration. You want to, you can relax. You want to make sure you watch out for taking a breath, blow it out that way, because what's going to happen? Right. So just hold real still. Don't breathe. Don't move, and make your exposure. It is hot.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. So what's next? Lateral.
Yes.
SMV.
SMV. We'll come back to that. We'll do lateral next. We'll switch
Alright.
it up a little bit. And so we're only going to do one lateral. And if we do one lateral, what do we have to do? Not necessarily.
Or affected side.
And her left side is what's hurting her. Okay? So if you're doing film screen, you have a regular flasher here, a blocker where you have to actually put it in the little, you see the little thing you put it in, and it retracts it and it imprints the information. When you're doing a lateral, make sure that the nose and the mouth are facing the flasher when you're doing film screen. It just, for some reason, people will get the occipital in this area if you don't. Okay? So of course we need to change this up a little bit, right? And if you're very careful, you don't have to use this. Okay, so if I want to do a lateral, we talked about this before. Let's not do this. Stand up straight, bring your shoulder here. That's a great lateral C-spine almost, but not lateral for skull. So for lateral for skull, we're going to rotate our patient, go ahead and turn, and then you're going to bring your head in. There you go. But you see how she's tilted in? Okay, so what you have to do, you'll have to come on this side, or if you guys can imagine, you're going to have your mid-sagittal plane, and her mid-sagittal plane is tilted in. I have to have her rotate her head so that her mid-sagittal plane is parallel to your image receptor. Okay, so I want you to turn your head that way a little bit more. There you go. Perfect, good. Okay, we want to make sure that it's not rotated or tilted. Now, where's our central ray supposed to go? What does your book say? Superior to EAM, correct? So we're what? Superior and anterior. So we need our patient to come this way. Can you come towards me just a little bit? Keep going. And you notice as she's moving, her head's going back into the cassette, and that's okay. We just have to make sure that we compensate for that. I'm going to touch you on your chin. I'm going to bring this out and come forward just a hair, a little bit more. And each patient's a little bit different. This is the guideline. That's what you need to know for your registry, but you got to, you know, if I center right there on my patient and I don't clip everything, or I clip everything, it's still my fault because I'm not using my critical thinking and adjusting my central ray based on the shape of my patient's head. Now, do we need the mandible? No. We need the vertex?
Yeah.
Yes. We need the occipital?
Yeah.
Is it on there?
Yeah.
Looks pretty good. Does it look tilted in a little bit? Okay, just a little bit. I'll watch that marker. You want your interpupillary line perpendicular to your image receptor, mid-sagittal plane parallel, correct? Maybe a little bit, I'll look that way. There you go, perfect. That looks pretty good. Okay, and again, make sure you're shielding. Suspend respiration, done. Okay, relax. Okay, so now we're going to do the towns, and we go downtown, right?
Yeah.
So after you make your exposure, you're going to bring out your next cassette. And it's AP, right? And how much are we going to angle?
30 degrees column to the OML.
30 degrees to the OML. If they can't tilt their chin down and only the IOML is perpendicular image receptor, then you need to
37.
increase it to 37. Perfect. Now, this one can be a little bit tricky. This is sometimes when you need to sit them in a stool because you can't lift it up too far and it angles and all that jazz. So we're going to go ahead and try for 30 degrees. Man, it is so hot in here.
He's got to get the air fixed.
Okay, so this is as far up as this can go. So when we need a stool, probably. Well, she's going to just get some leg action going on.
Leg day.
Everybody loves leg day.
All right.
If we had a stool. Yeah, let's borrow some. Even though we need one that can get closer, you going to be able to do it?
I think so.
Okay. So we want the mid-sagittal plane perpendicular to your image receptor. You're going to tuck that chin, right? So the OML is perpendicular. If we can't get the OML, it's going to be the IOML, and then we'll have to adjust this again. Okay? All right. I'd like you to go ahead and put your back up against here. Step towards me. I want you to tuck your chin down. And where are you supposed to put your central ray? About 3 inches above the glabella, like at the hairline. 2.5, 3 inches. Yeah, that's good. See? And this is definitely her IOML, so I would need even more angulation. Can you tuck your chin down anymore? There you go. That's perfect. I actually do need a chair because we need to have the central ray enter about right here. Let me borrow this chair. Go ahead and stand up.
We're still.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Okay. All right. Step this way a little bit. There we go. Okay, you've got to remember with this severe of an angulation that you've got to match it up to your device. But look here, even though we're kind of... No, I need to actually drop this down a bit. You see how it's thrown off a little? So that's just one of the little tricks there to actually get it lined up. You might have to drop this just because of the distance, geometry between here and here. So to actually get it in the middle, you may have to move this down just a hair. Just one little
Drop the
trick.
cassette a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I sometimes don't use the little latch here because it's not actually, when you line up here, when you have this severe of an angulation, it's not going to be centered to this.
So how much you drop it? Half
Till it's centered. Till it's actually centered to the
Where that
cassette.
little red line meets that notch
Mhm.
on the hour.
Now, you want to make sure, look where my marker is now. So we need to make sure that you move it, correct? Now, your ordinary patient, are you going to make them do this?
No.
Absolutely not. Yeah, can you imagine?
You get old lady.
We would be
Is this
so
good?
out of there. And we need to take stills of this to show during graduation, you know.
I got video.
Hey, take a picture. All right.
Okay. And one thing that I always do is I always feel for the occipital to make sure that it's going to be on that image. And it is. We have clearance here. We definitely have the occipital there. And we're good to go. Okay, relax.
Hold on.
Stand
Don't
up.
relax.
Oh, take a picture. How can I relax?
Take her from the side so you can see her squatting over there.
Yeah, you're with Bucky.
Where's that song? Low?